are now listening to The Temple of the Killer Tiger Monkeys. The Temple of the Killer Tiger Monkeys is a John Mitchell story and is brought to you by Cine Downloads. Narrated by Dr. Hugh Pincott. Previously on The Temple of the Killer Tiger Monkeys.
The contract is yours.
You've made the right choice today. You will definitely not regret this.
Two figures that dropped out of the rift are Efuhofcn and Dhoiufg. We see that the branding iron has the hunter's sigil crudely emblazoned on its end. And now the next part of the story. Episode 9. Efuhofcn and Dhoiufg are busy celebrating their escape from the void. They cheer, shout, and roar. Ralph has by now joined his friends, and is now wishing he hadn't.
What's going on, guys? What's happening? Oh, jeez. Who are these ugly dudes?
The three Goths are standing by the pedestal while the demons celebrate. They wonder how best they should slip off without being seen and having their skulls caved in.
Oh man, they're gonna eat me.
Efuhofcn has a broad grin on his face and he shouts with glee.
Ha! What a glorious escape from a demon void! Dhoiufg, I thought we were banished forever, never again to see earth or hell. But thanks to these three little girls, we are once again free.
The two demons roar and turn to face the three Goths. Melvin, Ralph, and Floyd are very worried. Floyd is concerned about the rhinos and asks,
"Is that what's happened to those other two demons? Are they now gone forever?"
Melvin punches in the arm.
Ow!
For bringing the demons' attention to them.
Indeed, they are. There is an infinite number of demon voids, and a man could spend his whole life opening them to find the right one, and never, ever succeed. Those two demons are trapped inside that void forever,
Replies Efuhofcn happily.
No traitors deserve to be lost forever,
Barks Dhoiufg with a grin.
Wow, that's so evil.
Says Floyd sadly.
We are demons, little girl. It is what we do. They deserve to be cast away into the exile for an eternity for their treachery,
Says Efuhofcn cheerfully. Ralph wonders for a second about it before adding,
But they can come back whenever they like, because you threw the vortex machine in with them, and they can use that.
The two demons suddenly stop smiling and stare at Ralph. Melvin punches Ralph in the arm.
Ow, man. What was that for?
I suppose they can indeed use the machine to leave the void. Thank you for pointing that out to us, little girl.
Efuhofcn replies, his voice dripping with resentment.
Why do you keep calling us little girls?
Asks Floyd. Melvin gives up and holds his head in his hand.
You have long hair and wear makeup, and swing your hips when you walk.
The three Goths are offended by this. Melvin feels quite emotional about it and decides to educate the demons.
No, you've got this quite wrong, demon dude. We are Goths. We have long hair and white makeup to look like corpses, which show we are a part of the dark social class of misfits and outsiders known as Goths.
Yeah, and we're not little either. We're all aged 35 years old.
And the hip swinging is because we walk cool, like we're catwalk models.
Efuhofcn has little understanding of Goths, so asks skeptically,
If you are Goths, then which ones are you? Ostrogoths or Visigoths?
The three Goths look confused at each other. Efuhofcn probes further.
Did you flee Attila the Hun? Did you sack Rome?
No, mate. We're none of that historical crap. We're Goths. Proper Goths. Goths. Goths.
Yeah, Goths. Yeah, Goths.
Says Melvin slowly.
It's a social movement. It's a cultural thing. We represent a niche countercultural movement.
he says helpfully.
The Gothic movement has been around for a long time, unifying people of a morose and negative background, giving a voice to those who reject this existence and look towards other alternatives.
I know nothing of this.
Efuhofcn replies curtly, his patience wearing thin.
We listen to dark music, bands like Attilocene, 9 Inch Nails, or Cathedral.
You listen to cathedrals? What is this nonsense? I would have smited you three already were it not for the sigils you have painted on your faces.
The three Goths look at each other and see the peace symbols they have painted on each other's cheeks.
You mean these peace signs?
They are obviously the sigil of another demon. You have been marked as his property, and as such, it would be improper of me to destroy a potential ally's servants.
No, they're not demonic symbols.
Yeah, you're so stupid.
They're the symbol of peace and nuclear disarmament.
Laughs Melvin.
Yeah, man, let's get rid of all the nukes.
Adds Ralph, help me.
So, you're not owned by another demon. Very interesting.
Efuhofcn looks over at Dhoiufg, who grins.
Also, nuclear disarmament. Another interesting notion which I fully applaud.
This surprises the Goths.
Wow, it's really cool, man. You're not such a bad chap after all.
Humans and demons working together in peace and harmony to rid the world of nuclear bomb things.
Efuhofcn now speaks.
Yes, let us take warfare back to the time when man fought man in their millions, in trenches 50 feet apart, slaughtering each other with machine guns. Yes, indeed, what you are proposing sounds wonderful.
What? No, we don't want that.
We don't want any war.
Yeah, no war at all.
No war at all? It would seem that you are indeed little girls after all.
The three Goths are about to protest further when the demon holds his finger up to silence them.
Enough of your ridiculous, senseless utterings. You test my patience with your random verbal offerings and make the bile rise up within my gullet.
The three Goths decide not to speak anymore.
Now, I no longer have an army on this realm. It is evident that they have all deserted me. Therefore, I will need new servants to do my bidding, while I execute whatever plans I concoct. As you three are not in fact owned by another demon, then I shall take you as my own property.
Efuhofcn flicks his finger, and the left cheek of each Goth burns bright red as Efuhofcn's own demon mark is branded upon their faces. The Goths scream in pain, and the two demons laugh.
You are now officially my servants, and your sole purpose is to do my bidding. If you decide to go against me, I will know instantly and will take you down to hell with me when I go.
The three Goths are petrified. Efuhofcn turns to Dhoiufg.
I always wanted to have my own mortal little girl servant, and now I have 3.
He smiles, and Dhoiufg chuckles. 2 police officers have been battling some demons for 2 hours to protect a shop from being destroyed. These demons seemed different to all the others they'd faced over the past week or so.
Stop hitting me!
They were not using magic, only brute strength.
Where's your magic, fish face?
And they seemed able to feel pain.
Ouch! Ow! Ouch! Ow!
This was refreshing for the police, as it meant they could use pepper spray and tasers.
It's him! Smack him one!
For once, these tactics had real effect, and the confidence of the 2 police soared as a result.
Hey, I hit you!
This was the first time in a long while that they could actually fight.
Come on, use your magic! Throw a fireball at me! Where's your electricity?
and beat the demons.
It hurts!
They took out their batons and used them.
Smack him with your truncheon. They don't like it.
I do not like it.
They expected to be blown away with fire in retaliation,
My magic is not working.
but the demons merely cried with pain and anguish.
Ow!
This reminded the officer of the good times when they could baton charge protesters.
Run away!
So they
Run
set about the
away.
demons to drive them off.
Running away.
It
Running
took
away.
2 long hours of hard battling against the demon waves
Come back, cowards.
before the 2 police finally won. Once they were sure that the demons had been driven off, they collapsed onto the floor in front of the shop in a crumpled, sweaty, but jubilant heap. For once, they had actually won.
Yeah, we did it. We can hurt them now. The tables have turned.
They were sitting there recovering from their exertions and enjoying the warm glow of triumph for 2 minutes when they were spied by the council rep and the police commissioner, who was walking close by with the police chief. The rep was conducting a tour of the afflicted areas to some important strangers from out of town when he spied the 2 police constables sitting down and relaxing. He was instantly disgusted, and fearing that the strangers might think he was not able to run the place with authority, he turned to the police commissioner.
Look at those 2 sitting around doing nothing. This is embarrassing. Sort this out.
The commissioner agrees and looks over at the strangers who haven't seemingly noticed the officers. He then goes over to the police chief and angrily tells him,
What kind of police force are you running? These 2 are sat down having an holiday, while other police are working hard to keep the city safe. The council rep has seen them and they're an embarrassment to the city. I want those 2 put on disciplinary charges, straight away. This is disgraceful.
The police chief nods nervously and goes over to the 2 policemen. The rep watches the police chief walk over to the officers, satisfied that the strangers would think he was someone not to be trifled with, and then he continues on with the tour. The 2 constables see the police chief coming over and pick themselves up. They're excited to tell the chief about their hard-won victory, but the chief has other ideas.
You 2 have been seen by the council rep sitting down on the job. I'm afraid I have no choice but to put you both on disciplinary charges.
Oh, wait.
You should know better.
Listen.
The constables try to explain, but the chief cuts them off and angrily replies,
No, you were seen by the rep. You calling him a liar?
No.
He saw you both sat down relaxing. It's not good enough.
The chief of police walks away. The officers are crestfallen. One says the other,
Should we tell him that the demons aren't using magic anymore and can be beaten back?
No, fuck 'em,
replies the other officer. The first one nods in agreement. The hunter returns to his bedsit with a big smile on his face. He carries 2 plastic bags filled with 3 bottles of whiskey and 10 tubes of Pringles. He dumps the bags on the countertop and crashes down onto the bed. He thinks about all the demons he's released lately and how the demons in the demon zone have paid him handsomely for this service. After numerous trips, there must have been about £250,000 in his bank account. That's some serious money for a guy like him, and he dreams about how he can spend it. He wants a mansion in Hollywood.
Mansion, oh.
Lamborghinis in his garage and 5 Playboy models of his own for living-in girlfriends.
Oh, yeah.
Maybe he should have a helicopter too, he thinks.
Helicopter would be great.
He mulls this over before sitting up and walking to the counter where his bags are.
Playboy girls in the mansion.
Opening a bottle of whiskey, he looks for a glass in the sink. He finds one which is covered in mushy peas and some kind of sticky orange sauce.
What's that?
He quickly rinses this detritus off,
nasty.
fills the glass with whiskey, and takes a tube of Pringles. Before returning to his bed, he opens the magic demonic box, the Inferna Porta. Doing this causes the mysterious minstrel to appear, who automatically starts playing medieval songs on his lute. The hunter says hello to this strange musical friend and relaxes on his bed. He has whiskey, songs, and Pringles. Everything is going his way for once. The world feels good. Then, like a cloud passing over on a sunny day, his smile fades as he wonders whether or not he should actually buy a helicopter when he has even more money later. But what kind would he need? And how much do they cost?
How about the helicopter?
He decides to have a look on eBay to get a few ideas. Booting up his laptop, he navigates there on his browser. The minstrel is behind him, watching what he does whilst playing a delightful ditty about loving a peasant girl in a haystack.
She lay in the hay in the month of May, in the hay did she lay in May.
The hunter starts looking at helicopters, then he moves on to yachts, and then on to more eccentric things such as tanks and grand pianos. He's fully absorbed in his wishful thinking and doesn't notice just how much whiskey he's drinking. Soon he has chugged his way through almost a whole bottle of Loch Lomond. Its effects start to hit him like a sledgehammer. He decides to leave eBay for another day and have a lie down for a bit. Once more he crashes down onto his bed and, feeling the happy tones of the minstrel's music, is inspired to reveal his feelings to the minstrel. His words slur out and are barely understandable.
I love you, minstrel. I fucking love you. You're my best mate. Best mate a guy like me could ever have. I'm so lucky having a mate like you, minstrel. I fucking love you!
The minstrel, currently playing a wondrous tune about sheep,
I love sheep. Oh, I love sheep. Oh, I love those furry sheep.
smiles at the hunter and watches him fall into a deep, drunken stupor. Once he is sure that the hunter is in a comatose state, the minstrel stops playing his tune and swings his lute round onto his back. He has a wide, mischievous grin on his face, and with one last look at the hunter, he goes over to the laptop to have a closer look. When the hunter wakes up, the effects of his whiskey drinking a few hours ago are hitting him hard. His head is banging and it feels like someone's been using it as a punch bag. The minstrel is back to playing his tunes again and watches the hunter stumble out of bed and towards the sink to get a glass of water. The hunter finds another glass in the sink. This is also covered in mushy pears and weird orange sauce, but his head feels so bad that he doesn't bother rinsing this one. He just fills it with water from the tap, and drinks from it as it is. He stumbles over to his laptop to see what he was up to the previous evening. Through squinting eyes, he tries to focus on the screen, and then a growing sense of horror envelops him.
What the hell?
It looks like when he was drunk, he had successfully bid on some very expensive and very useless items. A chieftain battle tank, 4 1975 Ford Cortinas, a huge wooden tree house with no tree, and lots of other pointless yet very pricey tat. He stares at the screen while realizing that all the money from his account has been spent on this dazzling collection of crap. He can't believe that all of his money is gone.
What the hell am I going to do?
And upon further inspection, notices there are some items he has won which have still yet to be paid for.
Oh my god, this can't be happening.
He sits back in his chair, open-mouthed. That's the last time I drink Loch Lomond, he thinks. The minstrel stands behind him with a wide grin on his face, playing his lute innocently. Most of the day is spent by the hunter wondering how completely smashed he must have been to have ordered all this rubbish, and what his next move now is that he has no money left. He has outstanding items to pay for, and it'll take ages of releasing demons to get the money together to pay for everything. He thinks about how the amount of money he's been receiving from the demons in the demon zone has shrunk. Little by little, every time he has visited them, it's as if they're running out of money in there. It further dawns on him that he's expecting the landlord around in a few days to collect his rent.
I want my rent!
The landlord is an angry thug who will cause a commotion if the money's not ready for him.
Give it to me, now!
Normally, the hunter would just punch him out and laugh. But now he wants to keep a low profile while he's pursuing his demon-releasing plan, so he has to play by the rules and give the man his rent money with no fuss.
See that one over there?
So he decides to summon a demon who is well known for providing knowledge and answers. The demon possesses knowledge of everything that has happened or is happening in the world. His understanding encompasses the entirety of human existence and beyond. If anyone can help him bag a few quid, then this demon can. After many hours of complicated effort, his summoning is complete. An exhausted and sweat-covered hunter looks on as the demon of knowledge stands before him. Trapped inside the satanic circle drawn on the floor, the demon stares at him from under a dark hood. The hunter is undaunted by the demon's dirty looks and helps himself to some Pringles. Once he's finished his mouthful, he decides to get the answers he needs.
O dark, satanic, demonic fiend, I have, with the use of your name, summoned you to do my bidding. I command you to answer all my questions without trickery or lies. You shall speak to me nothing but the truth. I command you, with all the secret names of God, to do as I please.
I am the library of the underworld. I see and hear all, and have seen and heard all since the beginning. I am witness to everything, and that has been, and can see everything that is in actuality. You have possession of my name, and therefore you may ask of me what you wish.
Replies the demon.
Okay. Firstly, just out of curiosity, your name is Gloogle. It sounds like a search engine. Why do you have a name like that?
The search engine, I believe, you are thinking of, was created by some aspiring American college students who would summon me every weekend to ask me questions on creating a killer site that would rake in billions for them. They had my name, so I had to help them, and I gave them all the information that they needed to create their engine, which went on to become one of the biggest corporate successes in the world. They decided to name the site after me, but changed the name slightly so they wouldn't have to pay me any copyright fees.
Gloogle looks at the hunter, who scratches his chin in thought.
Do you have any further questions for me, as I am rather busy? I have to host a Trivial Pursuit competition at 8 o'clock.
Yes, I do. I want to make lots of money very quickly, like those American guys. Can you help me make a killer site too?
No, this would not work for you.
The hunter looks annoyed.
The Americans had the skill set, finances and resources to create the site I had envisioned for them. I told them what to do and they did it. You would need something much simpler, which would be a fit for your own character and skill set.
Well, I am athletic, cunning, intelligent, brave and good-looking. What do you think?
Bank robbery would be a good fit.
What?
But then again, it would not create a long-term income for you. This is the same for the other ideas which would suit you, like car thievery and garden shed burglary.
Now you're just taking the piss.
No, you would need something that would give you a long-term income, which grows as it grows. I have the perfect idea.
Sounds good. What is it?
Network marketing.
Network what?
I have a space on my team for a person like you. This is a wonderful opportunity for you to gain an income which will grow as your team grows.
Are you trying to get me to join a pyramid scheme?
It's not pyramid selling, it's network marketing. This is a fantastic opportunity, and if you join now, you would be right near the very top.
Top of the pyramid?
No, it's not a pyramid scheme. It's network marketing. Look, here's a booklet for you to look at, which explains everything about network marketing.
Glodal reaches inside his robes and takes out an A3 booklet with a graph on the front. The graph has a red line which is almost vertical on it.
Have a read of this, and when you're ready, I'll sign you up.
The hunter takes the booklet and throws it on his bed.
Thanks. Oh, one more thing.
Glodal looks up at him.
I need to know who this guy is.
The hunter goes over to his table where the Inferna Porta is. He picks it up and opens it. As the lid is pulled back, the minstrel appears in the room and plays his lute, and Glodal looks carefully at him, and then at the box.
Ah, there is the Inferna Porta. Satan still thinks that the Archangel, Trevor, has it. He will be most shocked to see that it's in your hands.
The hunter shrugs nonchalantly.
Well, to answer your question, the minstrel is a notorious mischief imp. This one in particular was so annoying that God imprisoned him inside that box to keep him out of the way. He would constantly play tricks on the angels, like setting fire to their underpants while they were wearing them, and releasing minotaurs in the Archangel's cookery class. He caused a lot of chaos, and I'd be very careful about letting him out of that box if I were you.
Nah, he's fine. He doesn't do anything other than play music.
Do not be deceived, Mr. Hunter. That imp is an extremely irritating little scamp who will endlessly play tricks upon you and drive you cuckoo demented.
The minstrel pretends to look insulted.
I can't believe any of that. This guy is my best mate.
The minstrel smiles gratefully at him.
Anyway, my biggest concern is making some money fast, as last night I spent all my cash on eBay buying pointless crap. I can't even remember doing it.
Glodal looks over to the minstrel with a knowing look. The minstrel gives a mock look of shock in reply.
Very well, Mr. Hunter. Read the booklet I gave you, and when you're ready, summon me again. And once you've signed up to my team, you can make as much money as you want.
I'll read the booklet, but I won't be able to summon you, as I'll be releasing you.
Releasing me? You can't do that. I have my Trivial Pursuit competition at 8.
Releasing demons is what I do, you know that. So get your skates on, and piss off out of my bedsit.
The hunter uses his foot to scrub a gap in the satanic circle, which is trapping the demon. Glodal is free, and this all-knowing demon suddenly doesn't know what to do. The hunter helps him by pointing sharply to the door. Glodal sets off while feeling nervous and excited in equal measure. This episode was brought to you by Cine Downloads, narrated by Dr. Hugh Pincott. Today's episode featured Nicholas Vince as Efuhofcn the Demon, John Altman as the Hunter, Adam Deacon as the Council Rep. Other voices provided by Louis Thomsen as Dhoiufg, the Demon, John Mitchell, Shaun Gregson, Brandon Armitage, Paul Cooper, Phil Ward, Roy Westall, Dave Bray, Dan Scott, Warren Baker. Written, produced, edited and directed by John Mitchell. Co-produced by Chris Ball Hero. Sound recorded by Louis Thomsen, Chris Ball Hero. Sound engineer Andrew Doc Collins. Theme tune by Jed Gray. Thank you for listening, and watch out for the next episode of the Temple of the Killer Tiger Monkeys.